Alright, so what are we at the helm of this time, if you can't tell from the video title? But you probably can't because I might not even say it. Well, this is the HP Vectra VL400, as you can see right there. And today, we are going to be installing ReactOS on this particular machine. I'm going to eject the disk because I just burned it. And this optical drive I'm going to have to probably replace again in that machine. But anyway, so why is the monitor not on? Go ahead and fire it up. Eject, put the disk in place. Hopefully, well, it should, because there shouldn't be anything on the hard drive. Boot straight onto the disk. And I'm assuming that this is the install CD, because they have a live CD and a boot CD. I downloaded the boot CD. So, this should be the installer. I'm going to have to remove this sticker. Or that masking tape. Hopefully this works. Let's see, can we remove this without too much undue strain? Yeah, that's gonna require some work. Should get ReactOS here in a minute. Alright. ReactOS setup. English United States is good. Enter to continue. Press enter to install. Looks like all that's okay. Install to the unpartitioned space. Looks like file allocation table is the only option, which is okay. So, that should format it, and it'll check it. Good enough for me. And now it is going to install. Okay, installation's about as fast as regular Windows is. Importing registry.inf. Alright. Install bootloader on hard drive. We'll just use their default option. Basic components have been installed. Remove the CD-ROM. Do that. Enter to reboot the machine. I've always been curious what the lock indicator, which is just underneath the power on that HP Vectra, I've always been curious what that actually means. Guessing it's got something to do with some kind of BIOS lock. Push spacebar to skip memory test, as usual. Alright, ReactOS. Here we go, we get a boot splash. And then what? Probably wants me to insert the disk again. Like Windows. Okay, we get a whole lot of nothing. Good sign. Very good sign. Probably doesn't like this hardware. Yep, it is not doing its job. Okay. Looks like that was a huge fail. I don't even have a mouse pointer. Yeah, it is locked up solid. Because I don't have a keyboard either. No keyboard, and I have no mouse. And those are PS2 input devices, so it's managed to screw that up. Well, I certainly can't make it any worse since it doesn't work. Pull the plug, and put the plug back in. We'll see what happens. I probably already tell you this is going to be a huge fail and I've wasted my time. What just fell over there? Oh. This monitor does not synchronize very quickly. And it just stops. Get a couple of bits of hard drive activity, and then the system just stops. Okay. Well, we got a couple of options here. So let's see what else we have in the boot manager. I think there's a safe mode, and there's a couple of other options as well. But I'm not going to spend too much of my time trying to get this to work because I've got other things to do. So what do we got? ReactOS debug, screen. Okay, well let's put screen on. Let's see what happens. Here we go. It's booting. I saw something about a trap in there. Aha! Could not open video driver. Yeah, it's a problem. No usable display driver was found. So that isn't going to help me. So this machine is not going to be running ReactOS. We'll be putting something else on it. Now what are we going to put on it? I don't know. Guess I'll figure that out. I'll turn the camera off. It's getting brighter as it's warming up though. Okay, so after searching through my collection of Linux distributions, I finally found one that might actually stand a chance at working. See, the problem is that this machine only has a CD-ROM drive, which really limits what I can use with this thing. Because as far as laptop-style drives go, I don't even think I own a laptop-style DVD drive, let alone have one that actually works. So we'll see. I don't even remember what I put on here. Oh, Vectra Linux. I got the light version of Vectra Linux. So we'll see how that goes. Because of course this machine's only a Pentium 3. Don't want to do too much. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully this works, because I really am not in the mood to do anything else. And it's already 12:15. I've spent an hour futzing around with this crap. Both the VL400 and now this thing. Let's see, did it boot off the CD? Yes. Half of it is off the screen. Glorious. Where's the auto button? Alright. To install. New GUI installers uses default, whatever. Just boot it. Kernel SATA. Yeah, there's no serial ATA drives in this machine. So that's strange. So, here we go. I hope this works. Okay. That's not a good sign that it's spun down the CD-ROM drive. Here we go. Just takes it longer than I'd expect for a light version. Screen may blink. Hold tight. What am I supposed to be holding on to? Okay. Oh boy. No, I don't think that's going to work either. Awesome. That's just what I want to see. This is such a waste of time. Do I even have a mouse? Well, if I move the mouse around, I get something different. Oh, but here we go again with Linux being a death by 1,000 cuts experience. There's no reason for that. I mean, fallback drivers exist. Now it won't even let me eject the optical drive. No, I will eject my optical drive. Watch me. So, let's try something else. What a waste of time. More distributions we can try before I go to more desperate measures. Burn another disk. Got Peppermint Linux 4 here. We'll see if this works. Though I have a strong feeling that if Vectra Linux didn't, this won't either, because I think they use the same window manager. Why these people can't include fallback device drivers in their distributions is beyond me. And I wasn't very happy about something. Okay, well, we'll try it live, just because, I don't know, if it's not going to work, I'm not going to waste my time. I want to see if it's going to work first. I have a feeling the network won't work. I think that was what the problem was on the last machine I tried this, was the network didn't work, which didn't make any sense. So maybe I should plug it into my network. I think I'm going to do that. I'll go ahead and I'll plug it into my network. Okay, that's a great sign. I'll tell you that much already. Oh boy, yeah, this is a death by 1,000 cuts experience. What else is new? Seems like every time I go to use Linux, that's what happens. I'll lose my sanity. Okay, are you gonna do anything or what? You got a bunch of Unicode U's, that's great. But that hasn't really helped me that much. It seems to me that it should be, you know, verbose in some way, but it's not. Maybe this disk is bad, I don't know. It really does look like it's doing a whole lot of nothing. I don't know, do I continue to waste my time or do I use something else? Look at how great that looks. And it really does look as bad as you think it does. I can't believe I have spent 15 minutes screwing around with this computer, getting nowhere with it. Because we still don't have a working operating system. Can I start... You couldn't tell me that beforehand? What a piece of crap. Now this is going to work real well. You see what I mean about losing my sanity every time I go to install Linux? Well, if it doesn't work, I got one more here. If not, I'm going to have to go and burn another CD or find something else in that closet. Because I got a couple of things I could probably try. But it still can't be asked to start a GUI. It seems to think that other stuff is more important, even though it's really not. All I want to do is see if the graphical user interface is going to work, and if my network is going to work. If one of those two things doesn't work, forget it. I'm not using this. Because if those don't work, then nothing works. Because that just means that there's going to be a cascade of failures with other things. I have a mouse pointer now. That's a start. It's still halfway off the screen. It's the right color. Looks like I even have a network connection. Wow, what a freaking surprise. That looks wrong in a couple of different ways. It's kind of strange. Well, let's try something. Where's my terminal? Let's try pinging Google's DNS server. It probably won't work because it's not. Let's see, do we actually have... Wow, we have an IP address. Usually DHCP doesn't even work on my network, so... all that complaining must have made it work. Oops. No, we can't actually do it. We'll actually ping it. Alright. So it looks like we do have an internet connection. So fine, let's go ahead and install it then. See how long it takes to bring up the installer. I think this is an LXDE based distribution. Well, that's the X Windows system that's running. Well, not the system, the graphical environment. To be technically correct, because I'm sure if I'm not, the Linux folks are going to run rampant in my comments section about how wrong I am, even though I'm actually not wrong. That is what it is. It's just not the technically correct term. It's part of the same stack. The graphical interface stack. Okay, is this going to open or what? It's got an entire IDE bus to go over. I don't know what takes so long for that. English! Cool. So, once again, it's got an entire IDE bus free that it could be transferring data over, and it's not doing it. Okay, I'm not gonna bother downloading updates, because that'll take forever. You know what the hell, I might as well do it. I usually don't, but I'm going to, because I want to save myself some time after installing. Now that's a great reaction to that. Let's see if it stops by the time I move the camera down. Look at that. And you can kind of see it. Again, entire IDE bus. And it's not doing anything. Maybe I should just edit the entire installation process out, because I'm pretty sure that all it's going to do is result in my blood pressure going up. It already has. Because this is something that should have been done eons ago. ReactOS should have worked. But, I mean, what are you going to do? I guess I can't fault ReactOS for not working. It's alpha software. Erase disk and install. Yes, well, I'm going to erase the disk and install, because there's nothing on the disk that works, so. It's 10 gigabytes. It needs 4 gigabytes to install. 4.5. 4.3, I think, was the actual amount that it told me. But we'll say 5, just because, well, it's more than 4. So, always good to pad it a little bit. I'm really not sure what it's doing. If it's trying to query the disks on the system, it's doing it wrong. Where am I? I'm in Toronto. Well, not really, but... Is it junk? Oh, wow. This is broken. I can't continue. What's wrong with you? I think I just made the installer unhappy. Well, not New York. Although it doesn't really matter, I guess. Technically speaking, that would be correct. Come on, you piece of junk. Hey, you see what I mean about it making me angry? Toronto. Problem solved. There. Go. Wasn't difficult. Why couldn't you do that on your own? If ReactOS can manage to install an operating system in about 3 minutes, what the hell is taking this thing so long? This is supposed to be finalized software. Yeah, finalized software, alright. 23-minute long video. This is a waste of time. Let's go. It's gonna be a lot of editing. Okay, we're at this point now. So put in my name. Or maybe we won't put in my name because it'll ignore me. Put in a password, I don't care what it is. Yeah, I know it's a weak password, I don't care, I'll change it when the video's off. Because I don't have time. At least the date and time is correct. You know, LXDE is supposed to be a lightweight graphical user interface. Something that's supposed to be lightweight shouldn't be taking this long to do anything. A kernel panicked. Oh, what the hell is your problem? Yeah, I know it kernel panicked. Well, you can't even see it. Now, let's see if we can get it to where you can see it. I don't know why it would have done that. See that? Put it in a little bit better focus. It doesn't really matter. You can definitely see what's going on. What a waste of freaking time. Next. What we got next? Zorin OS 6.2 Lite. I think that's outdated now, but I don't care because it's a currently supported operating system. I could, at least theoretically, upgrade it. I get this thing shut down and back on. Try this. I think this is going to go about as well as I'm expecting it to. There probably is some merit to the fact that that disc is bad, although I don't know why it would be, because it's a brand new disc that verified. So, boot the live system. Yeah, we'll boot the live system just so we can verify that it's actually going to work, because who knows? This might even just end up being a Windows machine if this is going to keep itself up. Oh, that's nice. It can't start the graphical splash screen, assuming it has one. I'm assuming that you can see what I'm seeing. Where's that friggin' disc? Oh, put it away. Might as well. I'll have to see if I can find anything else in my closet, because I can just about guarantee you this isn't going to work. Once again, this is supposed to be light, and here it is taking forever to boot. I do apologize for the glare from the light. There's not much I can do about that. If I turn that light off, there's no light in here. So, such is the way that things go. It actually looks different on the camera than it does in person, but I guess that's just a perspective thing. Let's see what kind of pain awaits me for this. See, I want to install a Linux distribution or something that I have not installed on physical hardware, either in a very long time or ever. So another thing I could do, I still have my copy of GOS, which I think is about the worst Linux distribution I've ever used, but I could decide to go all out for the pain and suffering and install that, because apparently this is going to be painful as it is. These things that are supposed to work. Yeah, whoever said that this was easy. Could just install Windows and have it done and over with. I should just install Windows and have it done and over with. Be a lot better of an experience. It'd actually work. At least we have a GUI, sort of. I think this is also KDE, which, I don't know, doesn't really fill me with a whole lot of confidence. Got a network. I was going to say that my mouse wasn't working for a second, but it is. And here we go with not loading applications again. I don't have all-night computer. Just realized my date and time got turned off. You've got an entire IDE bus to transfer data over. What is taking so long? Screw death by 1,000 cuts, death by 1,000,000 cuts. What are you doing? Okay, well, it tells me about all this stuff, but it doesn't give me checkboxes for it. Good job. You fail. It wants me to be connected to the internet, but it doesn't do anything with it. Again, you fail. Let's go. No, replace it because it never installed anything. Install it. Ask it to replace it should probably replace it. Okay, what are you doing now? Other than a whole lot of nothing. You didn't even ask me to put in any details. I'm not in Rainy River. I don't know how it figured that. But it's completely incorrect. At least that works. I mean, you'd think for a second here that IP addresses would be at least halfway geolocated. Or they'd be able to figure that information out pretty straightforward. It's not that difficult. This information's available. It's 2018. Although many of them benefited out with this one. I think this was made in like 2014 or 15. But still, doesn't change the fact that it is the 2010s. We're in the 2000s. Once again, we'll just put in the same information. That's great use of desktop space. I bet you when I open this, yeah, it gives me this tiny ass thing here I can't read. Good job, folks. Good job. Okay, well, let's see if this crashes. I'm going to shut the camera off so I don't waste any tape space. I'm back, and I think you can guess exactly what happened. So, I don't know. I've got other things to do. This is a waste of time. Screw it. Off. Off. Okay. We are back. Well, I am back, and you are still watching the same video, thanks to the magic of video editing. With this box, I am determined to get something on it. So, this time we are going to be trying this. Let's see if I can get some focus. Actually, the focus was pretty good to begin with. But that is what we are going to be trying. And hopefully, this is going to work. The monitor is on, now the computer's on, so we will eject this out of the way. Hopefully we can insert it fast enough. Spacebar to skip the memory test. Unless it completely ignored me. I don't know how well this is in focus. This camcorder does not have a very good diopter on it. But anyway, viewfinder. Boots from the CD. GOS. Now, for the record, is that the only option we get? I wonder if this DVD is corrupted. Anyway, this operating system has not seen a release since this release, which, for the record, was around the time I got my satellite L300D. So, it's been a while. I haven't used it, probably since then as well. Let's see. Let's try and auto-adjust that so that it's actually correct. I have no idea if this CD is still any good. I haven't used it in a very long time. It should bring me to... Oh, there we go. And now it's starting. Cool. Of course, the glare on the display is really not helping matters much. I'm really starting to get tired of these short days. So with any luck, the short days will go away soon enough. I hope you can still see what's going on. Because now there is not a whole lot. Okay, DHCP just complained, but that's not a surprise when you consider that DHCP on my network, for whatever reason, doesn't work. Ooh, graphical corruption. Here is, of course, our little bar down here. Look at all those gadgets. Yeah, they call this GOS gadgets for a reason. It looks like it was designed for a laptop, because we have a battery display up here. That doesn't work anymore. It claims to be connected. Let's see. It's getting an IP address. Interesting. So, I don't know. Some of these machines can get addresses, some of them can't. I don't know what this is. Anyway. So we'll try and install this. It's got Skype on it. That might be interesting to try. I think it's a really old version, though, before Microsoft bought them out, so if I want to use that, I'd have to upgrade it. It seems to have ignored my request to start the installation process, which is not a good sign. This has already taken, what, 6 minutes or 5 minutes? I can't tell. 6 minutes. Wow. Here we go. You could tell that this was modeled after Mac OS. Yeah. Forward. It's typical Linux distribution, though, and because of how old it is, it lacks a little bit of polish. For instance, if you try to change anything in this bar, it goes away and never comes back until you create a new user account, which is slightly annoying. Time is correct. Oh, that's fine. Well, I'm not in New York. I wonder if it's got Toronto in it, because that's at least more accurate. It does. There we go. So, that's what we want. Move forward. Hopefully this will install and won't kernel panic. But then again, who knows? USA. This is hard on the neck. I hope you can still see it. There's the partitioner. You can't see my ugly head getting in the way. So, I want to use the entire disk, because there's nothing on it. So that's 3.0. This is 3.1. Okay. Yes, I'll put in a different password when I finally do log in. I just want this process to be expedited. I'm not going to waste my time typing in an elaborate password if it's not even going to work, so... We're up at, what, 9 minutes already? 8 minutes. Wow. Of course, I'll probably be editing some of this. Install. Yeah, this is definitely modeled after the Mac OS. It crashed. That's it for that. So, maybe Linux... Oh, maybe it didn't. it just didn't appreciate that. I wonder why that is. I don't know, this might not go too well. Hopefully it does actually work.
We're at 100%, yet it's still not done. I don't understand how that works. It looks like we have now reached a point where it will reboot itself. It won't even ask me, it'll just reboot itself. Display a bunch of graphical corruption. And it will eject the CD for us. How nice of it. Reboot. And hopefully the operating system is actually usable. But, who knows? I usually know what to expect with this kind of stuff. And that is that it doesn't work.
Really would appreciate it if I could put some of these servers somewhere other than in here, because all the noise is kind of annoying. Okay. I don't know, is it going to be any faster from the disk? Marginally. Remember when operating systems like Linux actually had a boot splash? Yeah. And a loading bar. Although Windows never really did, it just had a bar that went across the screen at the bottom. Here we go. Graphical corruption. And it actually works. That's my username. Okay, so we'll put it in. And our password. And here we go. Gray. Oh, my color's gone. There we go. Alright, so let me have a look at it in another video, but this is basically what it is. You see all the same gadgets that we had before. This doesn't work. What is it? I don't even know. What is it? iGoogle. Yeah, that's gone. So we'll get rid of that. Nope, maybe we won't get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of it. Don't have Wi-Fi, so we can get rid of that. We don't have a battery, so we can get rid of this. Yeah, it's Google Gadgets. That's what these are. Down here. We can add gadgets. I wonder if that works. Analog clock. Well, we can add a clock. Why not, eh? I already have the calculator. Virtual flower pot. Maybe there's two of those. Don't know how that happened. Go ahead and add retro clock. I'm gonna just do that. Error. Yeah, I guess these don't exist anymore. So maybe I'll leave the ones that are here alone. I think I'll probably leave these ones alone. Because they're not going to, probably won't be able to get those back again if I take them off. So, they won't do that. What version of Firefox is this? This will tell us just how old this really is. So, if it'll even open, there we go. Alright. Close. Think GOS. Does that actually still exist? Really? Huh. It's probably not the same thing anymore, but... Mozilla... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 3.0. Look at that. You're reading it on the internet, so it must be true. Probably a really old Linux kernel version, too. Anyway, so that's what that is. I wonder if I could upgrade that. Does this thing have an updater on it? I think so. Let's see. Update manager. I wonder if this still exists. This is for Ubuntu, I think, though. Oh, you have to see this. Look at this. This is funny. Look at that. 3,352 days ago. Yeah. Okay, I don't even know if this will even work. Oh, it wants a password. Yep, not a single one of those exists anymore. So, updating is not an option. What version of Skype is this? I gotta find out. End user license agreement. Well, I assure you I read it very carefully. It's a Windows app 2.0. Yeah, it's from way before Microsoft bought them out. Way before. Alright, get out. There are no updates, because it won't find them. Because it doesn't exist. It's OpenOffice, YouTube. I wonder if that's a separate thing, or if it just opens up the web browser. Okay, well that was Prism. So this is another... looks like another web browser. Huh. Okay. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Alert! An error occurred! And SSL problem. Okay. Yeah, this is a separate thing, or at least it was, and it obviously does not work anymore. Alright, we'll just get out of that. Blogger, I don't know if that even still exists. Google Finance. A lot of Google things. Some of them probably still work. Gmail should. Google Calendar should. That should. That should. Some of these other things maybe not, though. So it seems like most of what's on here was intended for use with Google. W-bar conf. Yeah, it's a W-bar. That didn't work very well. So anyway, I'm going to conclude the video on that one. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments... okay. Feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I'll see you next time. Till then. Oops.